Hello friends, today we are going to configure the IPSec VPN. Here we have two sites, site 1 with networks 192.168.10.0 and the second network is 192.168.20.0 and these two networks are defined with two different VLANs on this switch, and this switch is connected with the router via a trunk link. Similarly, we have on site to another router and a switch with two different networks and two different VLANs. Here we have VLAN 10 for this network 192.168.10.0 and VLAN 20 for 192.168.20.0. Similarly, we have 192.168.30.0 with VLAN 30 and 192.168.40.0 with the VLAN 40. Site 1 is connected with the ISP router via network 1.0.0.0/8, and similarly router of site 2 is also connected to the ISP router 2 via network 3.0.0.0/8, and these two ISPs are connected with each other via network 2.0.0.0/8. Let's start our configuration here. First, we will arm these devices. First of all, we will define the networks on our VPCs. Let's configure the IP address on PC1. Uh, let's give the IP 192.168.10.10, 255.255.255.0, and gateway would be 192.168.10.1. Now the IP address on second PC, which is from the network 192.168.20.0. Here we have IP address 192.168.20.10, 255.255.255.0, 192.168.20.1. It is done. Similarly, the IP address on VPC3, IP 192.168.30.10, 255.255.255.0, 192.168.20.1. Sorry, 30.1. And the IP address would be 192.168.40.10, 255.255.255.0, 192.168.40.1. Now we will configure our switches. Uh, we will mm, create this link as a trunk link between router and the switch. Here we have the switch port Ethernet 3/3 connected with the router's Ethernet 0/0. Let's start our configuration. Here we will see that we have two VLANs on this switch. Show VLAN. Here we have two VLANs, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. We will assign this VLAN to our users of the network 192.168.10.0, and this VLAN would be assigned to the user of network 192.168.20.0. First, we will configure our trunk link. Configure terminal interface Ethernet 3/3 switch port trunk encapsulation.1q switch port mode trunk switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20. and this PC is connected on the port 0/0, and this PC is connected on the switch port 1/0. Let's configure uh, interface Ethernet 0/0 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 10 interface Ethernet 1/0 switch port mode access switch port access VLAN 20. It is done. Configuration of the switch is done. Now we will configure our router of site 1. Let's start configuration of router of site 1. Here we have interface Ethernet 0/0 connected with the switch trunk link. So we have to create two sub interfaces on this interface. Interface Ethernet 0/0 no shutdown exit interface Ethernet 0/0 dot 10 encapsulation dot 1q 10 IP address would be the IP address that this IP address would be the IP we use for the gateway of this PC. So it would be 192.168.10.1255255.255.0. Now interface Ethernet 0/0 dot 20 encapsulation dot 1q 20 IP address 192.168.20.1 255.255.255.0. Now we will configure the serial interface of this router. Here serial 2/1 is connected with the serial 2/1 of ISP1's router, and we have the network 1.0.0.0/8. So we will assign the IP address 1.1.1.1 to this interface and 1.1.1.2 to this interface. Let's start. Interface serial 2/1 no shutdown IP address 1.1.1.1 255.250 and similarly interface serial. I think it's done. It is done. We have assigned the IP address. Now we will configure the routing protocol. Let's say we are going to configure here the OSPF router, OSPF process ID 1, and network. We have three networks on this router right now. 1.0.0 with area 0 and network 192.168.10.0 0.0.0.255 area 0 network 192.168.20.0 0.0.55 area 0. It is done. Now I'm going to configure the ISP1's router, or let's start from this end. Now I'm going to configure the switch of site 2. Here we have two VLANs as well. Show VLAN, VLAN 30 and VLAN 40. Okay. VLAN 30 will accommodate this network 192.168.30.0 and VLAN 40 will accommodate this network 192.168.40.0. So let's configure our switch. And on the same way, switch 3/3 is connected with the router's 0/0, and we are going to configure this link as a trunk link of the switch. So let's go. First we will configure the trunk link. Config terminal, interface Ethernet 3/3, no shutdown, um, and switch port trunk encapsulation dot 1q, switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk, allow VLAN 30 and 40, exit. Now I'm going to configure the access ports of this switch. This PC is connected with the Ethernet 0/0, and this PC is connected with Ethernet 1/0. Interface Ethernet 0/0, IP address, sorry, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30, and interface Ethernet 1/0, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 40. Configuration of switch is done. Now I'm going to configure the router of site 2. I'm going to configure 2 slash Ethernet 0/0 as 0/0 for the two sub interfaces, and serial 2/1. Yes, it's serial 2/1 is connected with the 2/1 of ISP2 router. So let's start here. First I'm going to configure the Ethernet port of this router. Config terminal, interface Ethernet 0/0, no shutdown, exit, interface Ethernet 0/0 dot 30, encapsulation dot 1q, VLAN 30, IP address 192.168.30 dot 1.255.255.255.0, exit, interface Ethernet 0/0 dot 40, encapsulation dot 1q, VLAN 40, IP address would be 192.168.40 dot 1.255.255.255.0, exit, interface serial 2/1, no shutdown, IP address would be 3/3.1.1.2. I'm going to assign 3.1.1.2 to this interface. IP address 3.1. In fact, I'm going to assign 3.3.3.2 255.0.0. This would be the IP address of this interface. Now I'm going to configure OSPF. Router OSPF 1, networks would be 3.0.0.0, and wildcard mask would be 0.255.255.255, area 0, network 192.168.30.0, 0.0.255, area 0, network 192.168.40.0, 0.0.0.0.255, area 0, exit. It is done. Now I'll configure this public network portion to make these two sites reachable for each other. First I'm going to configure the ISP router, ISP1 router. Here you can see that ISP1 router is connected to the router of site 1 via serial link 2/1, and this ISP1 router is connected to the ISP2 router via serial link 2/0. It is not showing, but it is connected via 2/0. Okay, let's start. config config terminal, interface ether, ether, no ether, serial 2/1, no shutdown. IP address would be 1.1.1.2, 1.1.1.2, 1.1.1.2, 255.0.0.0. Interface serial 2/0, no shutdown. IP address would be 2.2.2.1, 255.0.0.0. It is done. Now I'm going to configure the OSPF router. OSPF 1 network would be 2.0.0.0. Wildcard mask would be 255.255. Area would be 0. Network 1.0.0.0, 0.255.255.255, area 0. Neighborship has been established. Now I'm going to configure the router of ISP2. Config terminal, interface, serial 2/1, which is connected with the router of site 2. And I'm going to assign the IP address. IP as first of all, no shutdown. IP address would be 3.3.3.1, 255.0.0.0. Exit interface serial 2/0, no shutdown. IP address would be 2.2.2.2, 0 slash sorry 255.0.0.0. Now I'm going to configure the OSPF router. OSPF 1 network would be 3.0.0.0, 0.255.255.255, and area is 0. Network 2.0.0 and wildcard mask would be 0.0 and area 0. Exit. Now let's check the reachability from PC1 to PC3 and 4. Ping 192.168.30.10. It is reachable. Now 40.10. Both the networks are reachable from PC1. Let's check the reachability from PC2 as well. Ping 192.168.30.10. Done. Done. Now we are going to configure the IPSec VPN between uh, these two sites. So I'll configure the IPSec tunnel between and the serial interface of router of site 1 and the serial interface of router of site 2. IPSec, the configuration of IPSec VPN is mainly divided into the divided into two phases. In the first phase, we configure the basic. You can say what should I say? I'm going to configure the basic parameters which should be similar on both sides, like appreciate key and encapsulation. Similarly, mm, uh, the Diffie-Hellman group on both sides. These parameters should remain same on both sides. In the second phase, I'm going to configure the ACL access list, and then I'm going to configure the IPSec crypto map, which I will recall on these serial interfaces. Let's start our configuration. I hope you will be more convenient to see the configuration practically. Here I'm going to configure the this is the router 1. First I'm going to configure the phase 1, which is uh, ISAC ISAC MP policy crypto ISAC MP policy 10. Here I'm going to hash which options I have. I'm going to use MD5 and encryption. I have three options, 3 dash AES dash. I'm going to use AES. Here I have option. I'm going to use 128. Then I'm going to use authentication. I have these options, but I'm going to use pre-share and group. I have these options, but I'm going to use group 2. It is done. This is the phase 1, and now I'm going to configure the phase 2 crypto key. This key should be same on both sides, and I'm going to use it Cisco and address would be the serial interface IP address of the router of site 2, which is 3.3.3.2. The IP address I assigned on this interface. 3.3.3.2 is done. Now crypto IPSec transform set CCNA, and now I have the options these. I am going to use ESP AES 128 and ESP MD5 HMAC. It is done. Now I'm going to configure the access list. Access list, I'm going to assign this number 100, permit IP host. I want to encrypt the traffic of only this PC for this PC. Means traffic between 192.168.10.1 and 192.168.40.1 would be encrypted via VPN, IPSec VPN. So I'm going to configure the interesting traffic between the two sites via by using this access list 100. I'll recall this access list in my Isaac crypto map. Okay, 192 source IP address would be 192.168.10.10 and host destination IP address 40.10. Done. Now I'm going to configure um, crypto map. Crypto map CCNP number would be 10 and IPsec to Isaac MP. It is I'm going to set the peer as 3.3.3.2 set transform set, which I configured with the name CCNA. Here, yes, this is CCNA, and match address would be the is access list I configured is 100. Now I'm going to recall this crypto map on my serial interface serial 2/1, which is connected with the ISP router 1, and crypto map CCNP. It is done. Configuration regarding the IPSec VPN on our router 1, router of site 1 is done. Now I'm going to configure the IPSec VPN on router of site 2. First of all, we are going to configure the IPSec MP policy crypto IPSec MP policy policy 10. Here I'm going to configure hash. I have option. I configured MD5 on the router 1. Similarly, uh, encapsulation AES I configured 128, authentication reshare, and group is to exit um, crypto crypto key no IPSec MP key Cisco address would be the IP address of this interface, which is 1.1.1.1. Now crypto IPsec transform set. First I'm going to configure the ACL here. Access list 100 permit IP host 192.168.40.10 and host 192.168.10.10. Crypto trans IPsec transform set, it would be CCNA and ESP AES 128 ESP MD5 HMAC exit. Now crypto IPsec MP crypto map and CCNP 10 IPsec IPsec MP set here 1.1.1 and set transform set CCNP CCNA and match address is 100. Now I'll recall this crypto map on my serial interface of router of site 2. Interface serial 2/1 crypto map CCNP. Done. configuration of the IPSec VPN is complete on both the routers. Let's check our status of IPSec VPN. I'm going to capture the traffic on my serial interface of this router to ensure whether it is the traffic is being encrypted or not. So let's ping from my PC1 to PC3. Ping 192.168.30.10. Here you can see that I'm able to ping the other side as I am ping 192.168.40.10. This ping should ensure that the traffic between these two PCs is encrypted or not. Let's check. Here you can see 6 packets of main mode and 3 packets of quick mode, which ensure that the IPsec tunnel has been established, and these are the responses of the things encapsulation security payload. So friend, this is how you can configure the IPsec VPN between two remote sites which are connected via a public network. And here you can ensure the IPsec VPN establishment of IPsec tunnel and the encryption of packets. I hope you have understood how we can configure, and if you have any query regarding this lab, you can ask me in comments. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and kindly don't forget to like this video. See you soon. Thank you.